and welcome back to a brand new video. So we're just going to start this video off just near Devonshire Road, and this one used to be called Whitwell and Sons and used to sheet metal work here, and you can see that now has completely gone. So they've got the old builders in now and they're doing a bit of work on this one, so it'll be interesting to see what that will become. And that used to be one of Blackpool's oldest little buildings, and you see that one has now gone. And that's just the at the rear of the building. So anyway, come and join me on this one. There's plenty of things we're going to talk about. There's like some development going on just near KFC, and there's some big news in regards to the old post office in Blackpool. So come and join me on this one. So we're just near the old hospital, and this one closed down many years ago, around sort of 2 decades ago. And this one just inside is where they're going to be building, or supposed to be building, the new courts. You know, the courts have been demolished on Boly Street, Chapel Street, and all this land is supposed to be the new courts what are going to be built, and this being home to like sort of temporary use of the ambulance service and many other things over the years. But you see there's not one brick being laid at the moment, so that'll be an interesting one when that does start to get developed. And this is just on the corner, Talbot Road, Devonshire Road, and just opposite the entrance of the old hospital you can see there's a couple of shops, a Trinity Hospice, and now there's a dress shop, and that one also used to be a charity shop, and that's now become a dress shop. So we're going to have a bit of a walk down, because there's been a few changes along this way, and yet there's another Turkish barber's opened up, and just over the road it's a little Chinese shop that's been there for many years. But a shop beyond the little Chinese shop, that used to be a phone shop, and now, like I said, you can see it's another barber's which has popped up, and these barbers are literally coming and, you know, all over the places. There's hundreds of them now, the old Turkish barbers in Blackpool. Like I said, this is just off Devonshire Road, and what we'll do, we'll have a walk down Boothly Road, take a right, because it looks like there's some building work going on, which I'll let you know about. So this is George Street, and you can see there's the KFC, but we're not interested in the KFC today. Let's just have a bit of a walk, because you got the bright print and a self-storage unit. Now, I'm not too sure what this used to be. I'm sure, you know, a lot of people will know. However, you can see this was being wasteland for many years on George Street, and it looks like they've got the old machines going. So is something going to be developed here? We're going to have a bit of a look closer. You see the road, looks like there's no parking on that side. Just going to have a bit of a look. So you see the machines are out, and looks like something is going to be developed. I wonder if it's going to be like a flats or a house, or maybe another unit of some sort. So we'll keep you posted in regards to that. So I was just speaking to the guy who's operating that machine there, and apparently this is becoming like a car park, but with like electrical points. So that's probably something to do with you know, like electric cars. So that's a pretty good one, because like electric cars are becoming more and more popular. So we'll keep you posted on this one. So this is Queen's Park, and this is you can see a fantastic an estate now, and there used to be 2 huge blocks of flats. And on 10 AM on the Sunday the 31st of July 2016, a controlled explosion to demolish both of those took place, and you can see now it's sort of covered in this fantastic new housing area. So we're not going to go right round the area itself, but who remembers this? So like, was it 9 years ago? Who would have thought this land now would be covered? You know, it's these fantastic houses now, and he's really sort of come up fantastically clean. And like I said, it's amazing how Blackpool does change. So what we're going to do, we're going to pop over and I'll just let you know exactly what's going on with the old post office. So we're just on Edward Street, and there's some actually sort of breaking news, I would say. So the old post office, and this was planned to become you know, really luxury hotel, and is going to be part of the Indigo chain. And now it is a grade 2 listed building, former post office in Blackpool, and it looks like it is all collapsed, the plans and the deal, and it's been sort of vacant for many years, and it's been subject to sort of vandalism and all sorts over the years. So now alternate plans are being considered to explore and reuse this building that respects its heritage and also boosts the Blackpool town itself. And work actually did start in the middle of the building, and that's come to a complete standstill. Like I said, the whole of the... Sorry about that noise. I have to start that sentence again. So yeah, it's a loud one, that. So plans, like I said, have been scrapped, and like I said, the Blackpool Council are putting different things on the board, and apparently they're in consultation with the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government. So is it going to become like sort of flats possibly, or something like that? Who knows? So you can see this is it's a huge building. You see some of the windows have been smashed probably over the many years, and all the surveys have been completed according to the councillor Mark Smith, and he said that will come in quite useful in deciding what to do with this one at a later stage. So we're just in St John Square. Look at that for a shot, the tower right in the middle of the Winter Gardens and the Vintro Lounge. So as we move around to the front of the old post office, it was actually designed by Walter Pott, and it first opened in 1910, the old post office, and it's sadly closed down since 2007. It's been sort of vacant, which is, what's that, 18 years ago now. Absolutely incredible. It's fell into such disrepair. You just see, like I said, with the windows and all sorts, which is such a shame. So we'll keep you up to date, with the latest on what this will become. So I'm sure there'll be something, probably announced, probably within the next year. So like I said, nothing is off the table, but they are deciding what to do with it now, because it's a wonderful building. Let's just go and we'll cross the road, and I'll show you. And they had all these phone boxes as well. You can see, apart from one, they've all been refurbished, and they're a graded building also in their own right. And you can just see there next to the Abingdon Street market, and that's where the old police station used to be. How extraordinary. And you just see the old sign and the old light just above. So Blackpool, is steeped in fantastic history. So like I say, you can just see, in the windows, a lot of them are being smashed and being damaged, but just look at the structure of this one. Absolutely stunning building as we just walk along. So let's hope something does come, and it's such a shame. That would have been fantastic for Blackpool, a really great hotel, and the plans were extraordinary, but sadly the whole thing has collapsed. So we just move the camera from left to right, you still see some of the old features. Look at that posting box. You can see there the old posting box, first class and second class. So like I said, it does remain and have a lot of its original features. It's extraordinary. Like I said, its fate has sadly come to this. So we'll have a bit of a walk down Boly Street. We're going to have a look at the Rose and Crown, just see how that is getting on, because that's under a huge regeneration project. So we're going to have a bit of a look, just see how things are getting on along this way. And this is Boly Street, and it's quite sad. Again, you got a lot of the shops boarded up. Premier People, I think I used to go in there years and years ago when I was hunting for a job many years ago, and that one is, so basically that's not being that property is not being used for many years. And you can just see there, just near the Yorkshire Building Society, and again that's not been used probably for a good 10 years. As we just, I mean, the structure, with these lights are magnificent. Apparently Blackpool are getting a whole new ray of lighting also, so that'll be an interesting one to see. And the Rose and Crown is just on the left hand side, so just a bit of an update in regards to this one. You can just see how much of a project this actually is. This is just on one side. You see this skip and all the scaffolding. So we'll have a bit of a look at the front. I'll just show you exactly what is happening so far. So this is just at the front, and you can see absolutely massive projects is taking place with this one. And these used to brew their own beer also. And what we'll do is have a bit of a walk down here, because there's also building work going on right next to the Grand Theatre. So we'll have a bit of a look. And this is where Scruffy Murphy's is, another fantastic one. And this is a great one for the punks and the bikers. They always sort of congregate in the Scruffy Murphy's. Absolutely a great one, that one. So there we got the Grand Theatre directly in front. How magnificent does that look? And that's had a bit of restoration work over the last few months. And just to the right, we've got the Nando's, and that is looks like a huge makeover also. And that's all closed off for the time being. Like I said, that's just adjacent to the Grand Theatre. There's plenty of work going on in Blackpool. So if you fancy a bit of a Nando's, looks like you'll be waiting for some time. So just going back on ourselves once again, just near St John's Square, and this is a wonderful little place. So many people gather on the benches, and looks like something's going on at the Winter Gardens this evening. So that's an interesting one, and this one certainly holds some amazing events. They hold the magic show, the darts, you name it. The Winter Gardens holds it. Another fantastic place. So we're just going to end the video in the Ramsden Arms, and I popped a bit of a short up on Facebook. If you don't know, we're on Facebook also, so if you want to go and follow that, if you do have Facebook, little previews of the videos we're going to be doing in the upcoming days. And the Ramsden Arms, the amount of views it got, and people commenting, a wonderful place, and they shared the memories of the Ramsden Arms. And that one is looking for new management. If you're in the pub game and you fancy a bit of a challenge, the Ramsden Arms is looking for new management. That's all going to be refurbished. And you just see the amount of roadworks, absolutely incredible around here. And it sort of spirals all the way along. So there's an awful lot of road. Let's just whip through, wait for the car just to disappear. But yeah, the Ramsden Arms, like I said, so many people shared their fantastic memories, and there it is. Absolutely wonderful pub. And like I said, the previous people just up and went all of a sudden. Very strange, that one. So as we just make our way just round the corner onto to Talbot, again you can see all the huge amount of roadworks which is going on, and right opposite is another building site, plenty more going into Blackpool. As a whole, there's an awful lot of work going ahead and regeneration projects. So that is the end of the video. I think that's a wonderful place to end the video, like I said, of the old Ramsden Arms Hotel. And until next time, look after yourselves, take care. I'll pop a link in regards to the old post office if you want a bit of a read. But until next time, don't forget, hit that subscribe and hit the notification button. We'll notify you of all the upcoming videos. And until next time, take care. Bye bye.